Today, we are unpacking from my recent trip to Mexico. I'm going to let you know how that Monos Metro Duffel behaved. Did I love it? Did I not love it? Did it fit underneath the seat? So we got in last night. It was harried. That's the best word I have for it. Our flight was canceled. It was very chaotic. It kept getting delayed. We found out it was canceled once we got to the airport. It involved a mad dash to a different gate and literally getting the last two seats out of Cabo. So it was like the weirdest travel experience I've ever had. All in all, though, I mean, we did get home safely. So I am not going to complain. For a minute, we thought we were going to have to spend the night in Cabo San Lucas, which would not have been the worst thing that had ever happened to anybody. But you know how like once you're ready to go home, you're ready to go home. And thankfully, when we got back to Atlanta, customs was a breeze. There was no line. It was super late. So all in all, a good travel day in that regard. But it was very chaotic. My husband was such a hero. I've never seen anybody move so fast to get to that other gate to see if we could get on the other flight. And yeah, crazy. Anywho, so if I'm a little, slower than normal today, you'll know why. I'm a little tired. I'm a little worn out. Here was my travel kit. There's like Scott's stuff piled on the chair and my tripod. It is real life today. Bed's not made, whatever. There is my away bigger carry-on and then the Metro Duffel. And we'll start with the carry-on and then we'll move into what I thought of the Metro Duffel. One of my favorite things about the away suitcases is that you have a laundry bag that comes with them. So these were shorts that are dirty that I was wearing at the very last minute when we found out our flight was delayed. It was a little hot for my traveling outfit, so I had just thrown these on, and then at the last minute, right before we left for the airport, I threw them in here. So those go in the dirty pile. This is actually a handbag that I bought in Mexico that I will show you guys in just a minute. You're not going to believe this bag. Unfortunately, they do not make this model anymore. I think you can still find it a couple of places, but I will talk in a minute about the whole duty-free process and why if you're in the market for a luxury item, buying it when you're on vacation like that can be a good call. So I'll put that over there. But look at this. This is the away laundry bag that comes with your suitcase. Note how it fits absolutely perfectly. And I feel like a lot of people don't even realize that it's basically a laundry packing cube. So this is all my dirty laundry. So when I leave, putting all the dirty laundry in there is so easy because I've just been doing it as I've gone along. And that is just ready to go down to my laundry room. So it's all set and ready to go. There's my little packable straw hat that's been all over the world. This is the strap to my Coach bag that is actually in the Metro bag. I'll show you that in a minute. My Aloha Collection beach bag, which got tons of use. I will link this below. Non-affiliate, not sponsored. I just happen to love the brand. Founded by two women who were born in Hawaii. And yeah, love this bag. You can fold it differently than this, but I just love to fold it flat. This hat, which was an absolute game changer. I will insert here a picture of me in this hat, you guys. So look how it folds up. Kept so much sun off my face. And dare I say, it actually looked super cute. I think I bought it on Amazon. I know it was under $20. It might have even been under $10. But this is my new go-to hat. Another little ball cap that I had taken, and a little sarong that I had as a swimsuit cover up. Yes, I will probably wash that. These do not need to be washed. You guys go over there. Obviously does not need to be washed. Not washed. There's my laundry. Okay, so that side of the suitcase is completely done. Oh, and this is the strap that goes with the Longchamp bag. Okay. Now over here, all of my shoes are in here. Now, some of you I know you get grossed out about shoes not being in bags. I'm okay with them going in this compartment because they're away from all of my clothing. So I have, and these have sand all over them. These are my beach shoes. I'm going to carefully set them over here because I need to rinse those off better. Those were worn in the ocean. And then I have my black beach pants, which are part of dirty clothes, and my flip-flops, go over there, and my hair straightener, which I never used even one time. I keep packing this thing and not using it. Do y'all have something that you're constantly packing and you never use? When I first got bangs, I was like, I need to travel with it. And you know what? I never use it. So yeah, need to stop packing that. And then my little belt bag. I took too many bags on this trip. That's the one thing. Even though I definitely stuck to carry-on, I did not need all the bags that I took because I never used that one. And I never ended up using this one. So that just needs to be put away. Oh, and my other sandals are in here too. There you go. Those can go over there. Okay, so there we go. These are packing cubes. This is what I had left over that was clean of socks and underwear that I did not use. So those can be put away. And then this packing cube is just empty. I never ended up wearing this rash guard, so I can put that away. There's that. This shirt should have been in dirty clothes. There is my away toiletry bag. This dress I only wore once to dinner, and it is kind of one of my favorites. So I try not to wash it until I absolutely have to, but I am going to send that out to be dry cleaned. So since that's not regular laundry, this little robe that worked as a cover up, I only wore it once, but yeah, I'll probably go ahead and wash that on cold. And there's the strap that goes with that. This was a bathing suit that I didn't end up actually wearing, so we don't need that. This I didn't end up wearing, so that can go there. Someone said in one of my last videos that they always wash everything they traveled with, even if they didn't wear it. I'm not like that. If I didn't wear it, I'm not going to waste the water and the electricity to wash something that I can easily wear again. So these were the Dock and Bay travel towels, which we took both of them, but actually did not end up using them. The resort where we were had really big towels for us to use. So those can just go right back in the travel thing. My trusty travel fan, which is from Target and just keeps on keeping on, plugs into next to the bed, sits there and blows air in my face all night and makes me so happy. So she's there. These socks, which I never wore, so those can go there. And then my white linen top, which does need to be washed. So obviously not all of my dirty laundry fit, but the good news is, and I always like to evaluate after a trip to see if I overpacked. Honestly, I wore everything I packed, with the exception of literally this little blue top. Everything else I wore. So this is all the dirty clothes, and that's dry cleaning. And that's it. And our suitcase is empty. So this is the pocket that's kind of the game changer for me on the Monos Metro Duffel. It goes right here on the front of the bag. It did fit under the seat on Delta Airlines with the bag attached. This is the bag where I put all of my my passport wallet was in here, my lip balm, my travel documents, my hand cream, all the things I needed for the trip itself were in this pouch here. What I loved, and this was the game changer. So this just pops right off. I was able to set this, and I'll insert a picture of it so you can see it, in the seat back pocket. This is hard, so you can just slip it into the seat back pocket. And this just sat in front of me the whole flight. So I had none of that bending down to get into anything. It served the same purpose as my belt bag or my crossbody bag has in the past, which is great. But having it like this, I loved that feature. Will I do it every flight? You know, I may take this off and stick this bag in my everywhere bag for shorter trips. But for international travel, this held so much stuff. Now, let me talk about that for a minute. It holding so much stuff can be a good thing and a bad thing, right? Like it's a good thing because especially if you're trying to stick to carry-on, which is what I always do, or I probably do 95% of the time, it is heavy. So if you're not in a situation where you're going to be able to have the bag riding on the top of your suitcase the vast majority of the time, I would probably stick with the everywhere bag. For me, I do leave it on top of my suitcase most of the time. We did have a few instances with stairs when we were in a hurry and running through the airport that I had to just kind of carry it. And I did notice how heavy it was. But for long haul travel, that extra space is really important. Some of you had expressed that you don't like to have a huge bag at your feet because you want the leg room. What I do is I just scoot the bag out and then I actually set my legs like on top of the bag, if that makes sense, so that I do still have the leg room. But I'm 5'6", so if you're a lot taller or a lot bigger than me, that might not work for you. Totally get that. But I have to say, I was happily surprised. I am not going to return this bag. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to use it for long haul travel, probably predominantly. And then again, as I said, for my shorter trips, I'll still use my Away Everywhere bag. It still gets huge points for the way that it opens, how easy it is to see things. It is a little bit smaller, but this bag that just fit into that back seat pocket, game changer. So overall, happier with the bag than I had anticipated. Okay, so when we get into this part of the bag, as far as unpacking is concerned, here is all of my just regular makeup, my contact lens case, all of that. Some of you who are eagle eye will spot that I do have a couple of little liquids in here. I'm, not a huge stickler for all of the things. My contact solution was in there, but as I said, in Mexico, nobody even asked, so that worked out fine. I have an extra Ziploc bag. I have my water bottle, which is empty because we were in such a rush to get on the plane that we never even did get to fill it for the flight, but that's fine. So the other thing I wanted to show you guys, you know how I never put my liquids in a courtside bag? I just always have them in my toiletry bag. I was not sure what like the TSA would be like coming from Mexico to the United States. It was nothing. Like they didn't check anything. You didn't have to take shoes off, belts off, that could always change. But whenever I'm traveling internationally, I am much better about putting my liquids in a Ziploc bag. So technically that palette, whatever I did with it, this is liquids. It never shows up on anything because there's such small amounts. So I just take a chance and I have this separate, but I did have the bulk of my liquids in a Ziploc. I had taken the Ziploc with me and I packed this up before we left the hotel, just in case, right? You're traveling internationally. I always comply by the 311 rule in theory. I always have products that are 3.4 ounces or smaller. I always have a quantity that would fit in a quart size bag, and I always only have one, okay? I just normally have them in my toiletry bag instead, if that makes sense. But from the hotel to the airport in Mexico, I did go ahead and do a little quart size bag. I have my water bottle, which is empty because we were in such a rush to get on the plane that we never even did get to fill it for the flight, but that's fine. My liquids bag that I already showed you. This, which as you guys know, if you've seen it before, this is my charger for all of my things. This little packet, which is by Mophie, charges my phone, my AirPods, and my Apple Watch, all in this one little convenient thing. It does come with a little velvet pouch. You can buy that on Apple, and I'll put the link below. This went with us, and I mentioned this on Instagram, and I was shocked how many of you had never heard of this hack. So pay attention right now because this is going to change your life. If you are going on a beach vacation, you know how those sprayers or the showers when you leave the beach, it's kind of scary. They're always cold. It's always really gross. This is my life hack for you. If you sprinkle your feet and legs with baby powder, and then this is just a little baby brush, and just brush your legs or feet, the sand comes right off. So our last few beach trips, I have taken to packing this, and I mean, it is just amazing because you don't have to crowd around those gross showers. You can go over to like a grassy area, get rid of all the sand on your kids' legs and feet, especially if those showers are kind of overwhelming for them, which I'm gonna be honest, they kind of are for me. They kind of always have water pressure that's a little too strong. The water's always freezing cold, and this is just a more civilized way to accomplish that. And the sand will come off, even that the water won't rinse away. You know, that really like thick sand that just gets stuck because it's wet or whatever. This works like a charm. So that is all ready for my next trip. What I ended up doing, this is the laptop sleeve. Since I didn't take my laptop, I ended up just like squishing that against. I could have used that as organization, but decided not to. Obviously, the inside of my bag is not as organized as it was when I left. It never is. But this is my external charger that I was using while we were waiting in the airport. Let's see how much charge that still has left. 2. So that's not too bad. So she needs to be recharged for my next trip. My hairbrush is in there. This is one of those like foldable, collapsible hairbrushes. So that's really nice. I have some tissues in here. This is the case for that. So obviously this part of unpacking is where I have to like reassemble a few things to get them back to being organized again. Oh, this is important. This is the charger for what? Oh, you know what? I think that is the charger for my external battery. So again, let's put all those things back together where they belong. I have this little guy, which I used while we were in the hotel room. I don't know why he got put away like that, but he needs to be put back with the technology. These little side pockets, I actually had my regular glasses in there, which I already took out. And then I don't have anything in here. This was my little, what's its face? You know, my microphone that I actually didn't end up using. So that kind of stinks. And then where are my, did I already take them out? Oh dear. Oh my God, I was about ready to have a heart attack. They're right here. I just bought these for myself, y'all. Now, you know, I have no problem with my AirPods and using my little AirFly. I love that thing. I use it all the time. It is a great little device. However, I upgraded to these Bose because I have so many international flights coming up. And actually Amazon, when their affiliate marketing department pays me, they pay me in a gift card. So I got this month's payment and I was like, you know what? I'm going to invest in those Bose headphones. So this was so great. I love my AirPods, but this was a 4.5-hour flight on the way there. My ears get tired. And with the flight to Japan coming up, which I think is 13 hours, I just kept seeing these in like the videos of people who travel really long distance flights. And let me show you how they work. Hold on. So these are the newest ones, which I want to say are the 350s, 450s, something. I'll link them below. But they fold up flat like this. Let me show you how they look in the case. And yes, the case does take up just the tiniest little bit of room. You have to accept that. So they just fold up like that inside the case. You've got left and right. There's a button right here. You just press that to the right. It will pair with your phone if you want to use them that way. And even without the noise canceling turned on, they work great. But when you turn the noise canceling on, it is like you are on another planet from the rest of the airplane. There was a crying baby literally right in front of me almost the entire flight. Didn't even bother me. Isn't that crazy? Like I could hear her crying, but it like muffles it in a way that it's not like soul crushing. So, and bless her heart, I felt so sorry for Mama, but they got through the flight and they did such a tremendous job. Parents are so amazing. But the game changer, and I don't know where the cord went, so I'm gonna have to find that. It's probably right here, is that it also has this little adapter cord. So if you don't want to mess with the AirFly, which would totally work, if you wanted to use them wirelessly, you could totally use your AirFly with this. And I'll link the AirFly below if you don't know what I'm talking about. But they also plug in just like, if I can find the, there it is. They plug in just like traditional headsets. So you can just plug this into the in-flight entertainment. 22 hours, is that right? Something like that, not 22. Maybe 12. I'll put it down below. I do not fly long enough that these would run out of charge. These have an insane amount of charge in them. It's absolute insanity. So these are my new favorite thing. I love them so much because as someone who has travel anxiety, I can just put these on. And it's not that my AirPods don't provide good noise canceling. They totally do. This was not necessary. And if I didn't have those super long flights coming up, I probably would not have invested in them, but I love them so much. I love them so much. Back in the day when I traveled just like a normal person and it wasn't my job, especially when I had a regular full-time job. And I mean, I have a full-time job, but like a really normal full-time job. Sometimes my suitcase would sit there for 2 weeks. So it kind of would bum me out. It would kind of sit there and mock me. And then all of a sudden there would be things I would need out of it and I would be rifling through it. So I got into the habit a long time ago of always unpacking within 24 hours of my trip. And it has really made a difference. Okay, to finish this video out, I promised you guys that I would show you my new bag. Now, this is from Longchamp. This is the strap. What's a total bummer is that they don't make this bag anymore. It is the Pliage Leather Cure bag, C-U-I-R. Here's why I am so excited about it and why I bought it. With my big trips coming up, having a medium-sized handbag that I felt comfortable traveling with I had been looking for something for a long time, saw this in the store. So it's the concept of it is the same as the regular Le Pliage from Longchamp that we've all seen forever. The difference is this is actually calfskin leather, and it is weirdly foldable. You can fold it like the traditional Longchamp, but it's kind of weird to fold that way. I don't even want to fold it that way. I love that it folds flat. Like, have you ever seen a leather handbag be able to fold flat like this? I will have like at least like a sweater, a water bottle, a snack, all kinds of things in this. But like when I go to do excursions and things like that, this feels so much like a little bit more elevated to me than just a knapsack or whatever. And then this strap is only a shoulder strap. It's not a crossbody. It's not long enough. But I do have other straps like that other one that I showed you guys that I could use this with to make it a crossbody. You can still buy this one if you search. I'll try to see if I can find a link. Because it's discontinued, you may have trouble finding it. But let me talk really quick about the customs situation, because Mexico has an 18% VAT. 18%, which is cuckoo bananas. So what I did when I got to the airport, I had my special receipt that they gave me at the Longchamp store. And this is true at all international airports. There's a little booth that you go to. Some airports, like when I did it in London, it's before you get to security, but you still have to show your boarding pass. In Mexico, it was on the other side of security. So just ask when you get there if you're confused. And you just do it right there, and they are refunding the money to my American Express that I paid with. And they said it would take up to 10 business days for me to get my money back. So I was able to do that, which is great because I didn't want to pay extra. So yeah, I got this adorable little bag and I absolutely love it. All right, so I hope this is fun. I am in that space where I'm just like really, really tired, and I'm always this way after a trip. It just like takes me a minute to get my footing back, but I did want to do this video for you guys. I hope it was helpful. I hope I gave you a good idea of like, it's not just that you're organized before you leave for the trip, it's staying organized while you're on the trip. And then when you pack in a way just to be your own best friend, that it's really easy, because I'm done now. And that took me like less than 20 minutes to completely unpack. And that was with me yammering on to you guys. So you'd probably be able to do it even faster than I did. If you did love the video, please subscribe, give it a big thumbs up, and I will see you in the next one. Whatever you're doing, I hope you're finding joy. Bye.